Alright, 6T40, no movement. Every one of these I've had so far has been just destroyed. So, let's see what this one's like. 8 millimeters on the pan. Fair amount of metal in the pan. Whew. I don't know what they put in here. Oh boy, it stinks. Undo your input speed sensor. Your output speed sensor, neutral switch, and your input speed sensor. 6 millimeter on the D10. 8 millimeter. What I'm thinking of. 7 millimeters on the Tecum on the CPU, and then 10 millimeters here. Boy, howdy. I think I'm going to get high off of this tranny. Pull this check valve out. Take all the tins that are left. There's a little lube dam for the CPU. And I always put the Sonax kit in the valve body. Pull your separator plate off. There's 2 rubber feed plugs in here, and 10 millimeter on the speed sensor. You can see how the insulation is all coming off of here. You can try and put some of this stuff on there. I'm just going to replace it. I got a fair amount of metal. I have a feeling this is going to be destroyed. Either way, there won't be a rebuild video on this. I already have a rebuild video. I just do not have a disassembly video. Okay, 13 millimeters on the case. I could have sworn I'd done one, but guess I hadn't. Alright, I do believe that's all of them. be in very tight. Let's see if we can get in there. Pry this up. Okay, you have a rubber seal right here for your chain guide. 10 millimeters here, 13s here, and 30 Torx on the inside. Okay, you don't need to take your ring gear out unless the teeth are messed up. Snap ring to take that out. Take your filter off. Emma, get off of there. There we go. There's 330 Torx on the front. Come on, let go. There we go. All right, make sure your surface is okay here. Splines are okay. Where the bearing rides is okay. Dots on the gears are facing up. Make sure you're not all scored up. Okay, the inner gear is not in the best of shape. So, and usually these valves are worn out and dadgummit. careful you don't do what I just did. Sometimes you can just stroke the valve out and you can see it. But this needs to be replaced anyway. So. Alright, pull our bearing off. Check our diff and our sun gear. Make sure we're not all pitted up. Where our damage is going to be is down in there. I think one of these planets has come apart. Check your captured bearing down in here. Spider gears. That chain is pretty much had it. Bearing and washer. O'clock already?
Yeah. Already, I think?
Bearing here. Make sure your bearing's okay here. Teeth are okay. And a bearing here. Usually these bushings are all worn out. Eight millimeters there. Okay, snap ring openings at 6 o'clock. Bevel up. Clutches there. Pull your center support out. Try to go as evenly as possible. Okay, Our center support is no good. The snap ring is blown off the end here. So we're going to need a center support. We're going to need all the pistons. We're going to need the bevel plate that's on this side and the snap ring. We'll check our planet here. Captured bearing. On your planets, you don't want very much up and down movement here. You don't want no wobble back and forth. You want it to feel smooth. Two bearings here. Right, here's our bevel plate. It looks okay, but I ain't gonna take a chance on it. Our snap ring has been blown into a bunch of pieces. Okay, everything in the bottom down here is gonna be no good. This planet will probably be okay. Doesn't matter that the surface is scarred up. All that matters is that these pinions and this bearing is okay. And it all looks okay, so that can be reused. Everything else down here, I do not think so. Alright, let's see about our sprag assembly. Miraculously, I think it's okay. Alright, the sun shell, even though it doesn't look that pretty, I think it would be okay. But we're going to replace it. The 456 drum is destroyed, and the cushion plate that is in there is destroyed. So everything back here is going to be replaced. The drum, this will be okay, this outer piston, but the inner pistons, steels, and the snap ring. Snap ring is supposed to be out here holding all this on, and it is gone. See what our bearing is no good on the back either. See what our 456s look like. And I'm going to have to get the piston out of here, clean this case up, and make sure that the case is okay. Our clutches and steels look okay. Cushion plate looks okay. There's a snap ring back here to get your input shaft out. It is a little bitty snap ring too. Let me get all this fluid out of here. It can be a pain to get this thing out of there, especially if somebody puts it in upside down. Almost had it. Okay. It's amazing how much harder everything gets when you put it on camera. And you're trying to get a view down into there. Usually I let this drum sit on its side and drain because it just keeps filling up the inside in here and just makes it hard to see. And this snap ring is just such a pain. Okay, I'm going to worry about this later. Just be aware that there is a snap ring back there to get that input shaft out. Alright, pop your snap ring out. Opening is at the 1 o'clock. Piston and your bevel plate will come out. Just glancing at it, I think the case will be okay. So let me get this one written up and cleaned up and check everything, and we'll be back.